So
No,
I
how?
need you, we're going to
Because I
end
have
your
questions
hearing,
for the judge?
Mr. Richard.
What are you trying to call it? Incompetent? Is that what you're trying to say I am?
Yes.
I don't understand. What am I meeting with a doctor for? Is there somebody willing to go on the stand and say that I actually committed a crime? Who has a claim against me? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to settle the matter. I'm not arguing the facts.
Hey everyone. Today we're looking at another case involving a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen in court. This individual was caught driving without a license or insurance and insists that the law doesn't apply to him. Judges have repeatedly ruled that a valid license is required to drive, yet here we are again with someone challenging the system. In this case, the judge has even ordered a competency exam, which seems like a reasonable decision given the circumstances. As you watch, let me know your thoughts. Do you think this person understands the legal process? Let's dive in and see how it all unfolds.
Mr. Richard, are you able to activate your camera?
I can, but I'm moving stuff around at the same time.
Okay, well, we can well, let's just go ahead. I don't know if you were listening in when we were talking about your case. As you know, we've been waiting for the doctors to talk with you to see whether or not you're able to go forward on this matter. And there is now a date set for your interview.
I don't understand. What am I meeting with a doctor for?
They need to ascertain whether you can understand the nature of the charges and whether you're able to assist your attorneys. It's a two-prong test. So that's what we've been waiting for.
I understand the nature. I'm trying to figure out the cause. You guys never tell me.
Figure out what?
I understand the nature of this case. I'm trying to figure out the cause of this case. Like, what are we here for?
Well, you've been charged with the criminal offense of driving while your license is suspended in the third degree and operating a vehicle without the required ignition interlock device. Those are the charges.
I've never had a license for you to suspend.
So, sir, please stop talking about the facts of the case. This is your attorney.
Who?
This is Sean Parent, one of your attorneys, so please don't talk about the facts of the case.
Well, I'm not denying any of the facts. I'm just letting you know I'm letting you know what I understand is what I'm saying. She asked me if I understand, and I'm trying to answer the question. I'm letting her know what I understand, and I'm trying to figure out what's making me. What are you trying to call it? Incompetent? Is that what you're trying to say I am?
Yes, there's legal competency, and it's two prongs, whether you can understand the nature of the charges and whether you're able to assist. So right now, there's a question about whether you are able to proceed, and that's why we're having the doctors talk to you. That's
why can't
the current status.
Why can't I just ask the judge? Like, what?
Well, I am the judge, and I need those doctors to give me their opinion when they review your records and speak to you. And then we'll get a report back. So now you're finally being interviewed.
So I'm trying to get the answers from you. Like I'm in here talking to you.
And I'm telling you that you need to speak to these doctors on April 24th at 9 a.m.
And why do I need to talk to a doctor? I'm still not understanding. Like I'm trying to figure out why are we really here?
So here we go again. Another sovereign citizen in court, repeating the same arguments we've heard 100 times before. It's like they're all reading from the same script, refusing to accept that laws apply to everyone. This person is questioning why they're even in court, acting like they didn't break any laws. And once again, the judge is making it clear that, yes, you do need a license to drive. In fact, the judge has even ordered a competency exam, which honestly seems like a fair call in this case. Courts have consistently ruled that these sovereign citizen claims hold no legal weight. Yet, here we are, watching another attempt to challenge well-established laws. What do you think should be done in situations like this? Let me know your thoughts.
Because you're charged with the crime, and I need to make sure that you are legally competent to proceed in this matter.
What is the name of the crime?
I told you it's driving while license suspended, third degree, and operating a vehicle without an ignition interlock device.
Is there any injured parties? Is there somebody willing to go on the stand and say that I actually committed a crime? Who has a claim against me? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to settle the matter. I'm not arguing the facts.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to take care of this and. give
And
you
we
guys what
cannot
you want to give.
proceed while your ability to understand the nature of the charges and to assist your attorney is at issue. We cannot proceed.
We're
So
wasting
we are
time
in this
because I could
status.
just ask you. That's what I'm
And I'm
saying.
telling you right now, so the next hearing will be hopefully with a report in hand. You will have had your interview on April 24th at 9 a.m. Mr. Parent, you know where he would be going for that?
I'm not sure if it's going to be at the Shoreline Courthouse or at our office in Kent, or possibly at the courthouse in Kent. Kind of depends on where he lives.
You have good contact with Mr. Richard?
Yeah, we have a good phone number for him.
Okay.
But we will be able to keep in touch with him.
Okay, so Mr. Richard, they're going to meet with you on the 24th.
Hell,
And would it take about a week or two, Mr. Parent?
are
Do you
they
think
gonna
you can report
come
back?
meet somewhere or something? Like what are they about to do?
Let's have him return on May 6th.
Well, like I said, you don't have my consent.
Actually, May
to send
1.
me
Let's
to a
do May
doctor.
1.
So I don't know why you think I have to go see a doctor when I could just ask you all the questions that's stopping us from going forward. I told you I'm trying to settle the matter. I don't know what's going on.
Right. We keep trying to explain that to you, Mr. Richard. The reason is you're going to have to talk to these doctors and we'll get some additional information.
All right,
So
cool.
your
Okay,
next
well,
hearing will be on May 1st.
Has there been a guilty plea that has been put into record?
No, we can't do that because we have to determine whether or not you're able to proceed in this case.
So there is no plea that's been put in filed.
There's a plea of not guilty that's been entered.
And who put that in?
You had a first appearance and you are unable to plead guilty. So a not guilty plea has been entered on your behalf and we are waiting to have the doctors talk to you. And this has been going on for quite some time, Mr. Richard.
How can somebody put a plea in for me? That makes no sense. Doesn't the attorney have to do what I ask them to do, or they're acting in dishonor if they don't do what I tell them to do?
All of this confusion that's going on right now is many examples of why we need this evaluation to take place. So I need you, we're going to end your hearing, Mr. Richard.
Richard is completely ignoring reality at this point. He's refusing to turn his camera on, acting like a court hearing is some kind of casual video call. The judge is being incredibly patient with him, but honestly, how long do we let grown adults pretend the law doesn't apply to them? Court isn't a game. It's a legal proceeding, and the judge has every right to require him to show his face and follow basic courtroom procedures. Part of me wishes she would take a firmer stance or even issue a contempt charge so he can see firsthand that his "I don't recognize your authority" act won't get him anywhere. But instead, she's handling it carefully, giving him every chance to cooperate. What do you think? Am I being too tough here? Let me know in the comments, and let's see how this one plays out.
I have questions for the judge, and you're just saying that I'm incompetent. Like, why can't I get the answers from you? Do you not know your own laws?
I cannot go forward until I get a report from the doctors.
And why is there a doctor that needs to be involved in this? This is what do you say, a traffic matter?
Okay, I'm going to conclude this hearing. I believe that we need a report from the doctors based upon your answers, and this has been going on for
I just
quite some
told you, like,
time.
I'm not denying any of the facts. So why do we need to see a doctor? Can I just pay for can I just settle the fines that you have
There's
in this case?
a criminal charge with jail.
Huh?
All right, so
What'd you say?
it's a criminal charge with jail. It's not just paying a fine, Mr. Richard. So we are going to set this over. May 1st will be the next date you come back to court. And I will ask that you follow through and attend that evaluation on April 24th.
You just told me this was criminal,
Mr. Parent
right?
is going to make sure you know where you need to go.
But you just told me this was criminal, right? So why can't I just settle the fines?
Because criminal is not about fines. It's about jail time as well. So.
And why does somebody get jail time for something that they never had? I've never had a driver's license.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we are done with your case today, Mr. Richard. Thank you. We'll get that date out to you.
Well, you don't have my consent, so like I said, I don't know what you think I'm.
All right.
Well, that definitely didn't go the way he expected. But honestly, in a weird way, he kind of got what he wanted, just not how he planned. He refused to turn on his camera the entire time, and somehow, the judge let it slide. Isn't that a basic rule? Maybe I'm being too strict, but courts have repeatedly ruled that judges can enforce proper conduct, even in virtual hearings. Yet this guy sat there like a ghost defendant and faced no consequences. What do you think? Should the judge have been tougher? Either way, the next hearing is a whole different story. We've got a Florida judge who is not playing around. This one turns into a full-blown showdown, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. Things get very heated. Let's dive in.
Mr. Chris, the allegation is that on or about March 29th, you assaulted Michael Kurth in Three Rivers. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. How do you plead to that charge?
Before I plead, I'd like to have it put on the record that they're, for the alleged actions, they're trying to charge me twice. They're trying to charge me with an assault and battery as well as violating a restraining order for the same actions.
Well, they can do that.
Why?
It's two different things.
But it's the same action. Isn't that double jeopardy?
No. Let's say you have a trespass order and you're not supposed to trespass on a piece of property, and you enter into the property and punch somebody. Well, they can charge you with trespassing and the assault. So I'm assuming you wish to plead not guilty to?
But that's violating two different laws. I supposedly violated with the same action. It wasn't two different things. They're trying to charge me with the same action for two different cases. That's not, I mean.
All right, well, if you want a lawyer, I'll get you one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, I didn't do anything anyways, but from what they said, that from the affidavit that they gave me, the action.
Who has the which judge has the restraining order?
Patterson. I have not arraignment. I mean, I guess it'd be a preliminary exam conference tomorrow morning with him. Because they're saying I violated the restraining order by assaulting him.
Okay, well, all right, we'll sort that out. Set attorney pretrial for July 12th, 2024. Mr. Chris owes $1,175 worth of unpaid fines and costs. He has a controlled substance case from 2021 where he owes $175. He has a defective equipment case where he owes $125. He has a previous assault and battery, 221627, where he owes $275. He has disturbing the peace where he got the minimum fine of $125. He hasn't paid that. 222147. And he has a felony resisting and obstructing reduced to a misdemeanor attempted resisting and obstructing. He owes $475 and he hasn't paid anything on that. So why don't you please take Mr. Christ into custody?
Can we please talk about this?
Yeah, you go back into jail and
I have my vehicle outside and stuff though.
Yeah, okay, you go back here and I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Today?
Yeah, right now. You're going into lockup.
No, are you going to talk to me today?
Yeah. You keep getting charged with assault crimes and then you don't pay any of the fine. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Okay.
I just had to include that last hearing. It was way too wild not to share. This guy came in ready to go, yelling about double jeopardy like he just discovered a secret legal loophole. Meanwhile, he literally trespassed onto someone's property and punched them in the face. Like, sir, that's two completely separate crimes, not some magic trick to get you off the hook. You really can't make this stuff up. Honestly, this is the kind of guy who would fall for the sovereign citizen nonsense. Double jeopardy? Really? He should have definitely brought a lawyer instead of embarrassing himself. And the way he looked, shocked when the judge told him he's staying in jail. Maybe because, oh, I don't know, he hasn't paid a single fine? The audacity is unreal. Both of these hearings were just painful to watch. Let me know in the comments how many brain cells you lost sitting through these, because some of these arguments defy basic logic. Also, what did you think about the first hearing? Should the judge have been stricter, or do you think she handled it well? But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a like and subscribe. I post court hearings every single day, so stay tuned. And seriously, I love reading your comments. It makes my day. So thank you to everyone who takes the time to drop one. I really do read them all. Thanks so much for watching, and take care. Everyone!